I just put down a fucking rice cake. I got pre-workout in my system. Let's go hit a back day. So I'm off work today. For those of you guys that don't know, I am La Policia. I'm a full-time law enforcement officer. I'm not gonna talk like too much about that, only because like my department that I work for has a very strict social media policy. So we're gonna kind of keep that like just as my resume. But the goal for today is just to work out the back and a little bit of my arms. My arms are like my weak point, I think. So we're gonna try to get some good stuff going with that today. The point of like me starting this whole thing is like I'm a very unconventional dude, I would like to think. For one, I look like I'm like 18 years old. I get that a lot. I just transferred to the gym that I go to now, and it's been over the course of a few months that I've gotten to know some of like the gym regulars that go around the same time that I do, and all of them have said like the exact same thing. I'm like, oh, you look like you're like 17 to 20 years old is like the guess that I get. But realistically, I'm 26. I'm going on 27 this year. I've spent 6 years in law enforcement. I was in the Army, National Guard, prior to that and during that. So that's kind of like my background. And I kind of wanted to start something where I could teach people that have a hard time working out or getting in shape for personal reasons, for like a goal, whether your goal is to join the military, to join law enforcement, whatever your goal is. I kind of want to create a platform where I can help people get to that point. So I guess that's my motive behind this thing. Whether it works or not, who knows, but I'm going to believe in myself. I'm going to keep doing my thing. If people resonate with it, then that's amazing. If I can help just a small handful of people, then I would consider this experiment a success in my eyes, because I like to help people and I like to see people achieve their goals, knowing that I had a partial piece of assistance with it. So yeah, I get this comment a lot. It's like, oh, you don't look like a cop. And the biggest thing that I kind of say back to that is like, I'm not really sure like what a cop is supposed to look like. You know, like what I choose as my profession doesn't necessarily have to impact my personality. Like, I get it, the stigma behind police officers nowadays, and like, you know, all those TikToks that I've seen about like the undercovers trying to dress like the locals, yada yada yada, and they do a horrible job. I feel like guys like that, yeah, sure, you can tell that they're cops outside of uniform, like off duty, but I don't know. I never think that you should jeopardize who you are as a person in order to pursue your passion and your dreams. At the end of the day, your passion and your dreams are just goals that you have prioritized to reach for yourself, and you shouldn't need to change yourself in order to achieve those goals. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, on some biblical shit right now. But yeah, so I never even wanted to end up in this profession. I kind of just went with the flow, tried it out, and gave it a shot, and here I am 6 years later. So, you know, always be willing to try new things, guys. Always be willing to try new things. And you never know, you might find something that you like. Like, that's how I found my passion for helping people and watching people grow. Like, one of my things that kind of gets me off, if you want to say it like that, is I love seeing people start at a certain point and grow into something that they've always dreamed of. So I feel like that's a very like honorable feeling to take part of, is be a part of someone's journey to to their own success. So, and that all starts with going to the gym, I think. Like, you got to have a good outlet, healthy mind, healthy body. A healthy body leads to a healthy mind. I'm Buddhist, so that's kind of like the stuff that I believe in. But yeah, we're gonna have a great workout today, guys. Ooh, big bump. Up, up, up. There you go. Another part of the stuff that I want to do is teach people how to protect themselves. You know, I'm a cop, and that's kind of like my job on a day-to-day basis, is to, in a weird kind of way, is to protect people, right? I'm a first responder by nature, so I want to be able to teach people that want to develop their own skills and protect themselves. Because realistically speaking, guys, and this is me being 100% honest with you, like, the only person that can dictate who gets to go home at the end of the day in a dangerous situation is you. Cops are there to protect you, yes, but realistically speaking, if you were to get into a dangerous encounter, like right now, if I'm driving my car and I'm at a red light and some guy runs up on me with a gun, I don't have time to take my phone out, call 911, sit there and wait for, the average police response, which is 2 to 4 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Priority with the lights and sirens, 2 to 4 minutes. And that's just not a plausible thing. I'm going to be either dead or a victim of a violent crime at that point. So it's up to every single individual to develop skills to protect themselves. Whether those skills are firearm skills, combative skills, and just having like basic awareness and stuff like that. So I am a qualified handgun instructor for the state that I'm in. So part of my job is to also train and qualify people to get their CCW, concealed carry weapon, in numerous states. So that's kind of like the essence of what we're doing with this whole experiment that I'm running. So anyway, I just got to the gym and we're gonna get started with our workout. So you guys are gonna join me. I do a very like bodybuilding style of training, because I also do, you're gonna see more of like a bodybuilding style of training today. That's just what I prefer. I've always been a skinny kid, so training, time under tension, bodybuilding, hypertrophy, all those buzzwords. Pretty much I'm trying to get bigger, because I started my whole military journey at like 92 pounds soaking wet. I've worked my way all the way up to 160 pounds now, and I'm trying to just basically not look skinny anymore is my whole goal. A little bit of strength comes with that, and it's great, but realistically, I just want to fill a shirt out and be swole. That's it. Fill a shirt out, be swole. So come on, guys. Yeah. Alright, I like that. Warm-up sets. We're gonna work up to our first heavy top set. I do like 2 to 4 warm-up sets, like cumulative reps before I get to that point. So we're gonna see how this weight feels today. see how 2 plates feels. The only thing for me is lower lats. So when you see me pull, you'll notice like my arms are a little bit more tucked in instead of being all flared out. So this is warm-up set number 3. Like I said, super low reps. Kind of get a feel for the weight. Prep the muscle to get ready for your first working set, which is going to be heavier than these. So we're just got 2 plates for it. I like that. That felt nice. We can go 3 today. Alright, we're gonna hop into our first working set. The goal is for at least 5, and we're just gonna pretty much go until complete failure. I do use straps just because it's a heavy weight, and my grip strength tires out before my actual back does. So I'm not trying to leave any gains on the table. I'm gonna give myself like a few minutes. I don't know how much I got, but I think it was enough. So let's get a timer out. Okay. Give it like 5 minutes in between sets, just so I can fully recover, because I'm doing that again. So do that again, and then do a drop set for it. Right, I'm pulling more than how much I weigh per arm. Naturally, my grip, itty bitty forearms, aren't going to be able to sustain that amount of weight for a prolonged period of time. So that's why we're going to wear straps, so we can keep our grip good and take our back to complete failure. I'm 100% strap on gang. Wait, that didn't sound right. I'm 100% for gym straps. There we go. Better. And that's it for the first movement. Alright, this angle sucks, but I forgot my tripod, so I think I'll make it work. Next movement for me is going to be upper back focus. So instead of your elbows tucked, a little bit more flare. Same thing as before. 2 full working sets till failure, and then a drop set. First video, there's going to be some stuff that I'm really bad at, and you know, it just so happens that on the day that I decide to go film something for the first time, I pack everything. My other phone that I'm recording with, got my microphone all charged up and shit, but first I get the one thing to set the fucking camera up. Fuck up. Grab the tripod, so whatever. I feel like new angles never hurt anybody. I do feel a little weird. I'm talking to myself. I'm sitting here in between rest periods, but hey. If you want something, you have to be a little different, right? It's a little weird. So, I still got some time left before the set starts. When it comes to personal protection, right, there's a lot of stuff that accumulates to my definition of personal protection. Basically, everybody just thinks about straight off the bat when you mention self-protection is by a gun, because it doesn't matter how big and strong someone is. A 9mm, a 40, a 45, 38 specialist, that could stop a pretty big dude. And while I fully agree with that, I feel like there are so many, not so many, but like a few other things that need to be taken into consideration when it comes to defining what self-protection is. For example, you can't shoot everybody that you come across just because you're big, scary, and intimidating. As a concealed carry weapon holder, you're kind of like going to be responsible for everything that you choose to do, and that includes not being able to disengage from something. Just because a guy is bigger than you and is beating the shit out of you, it doesn't automatically mean that you can over-escalate to the point of pulling your handgun and ending his life, right? So at that point, even though you didn't start the fight, you elevated it by bringing your weapons to it. So you have to take that into consideration. Like, the more valid terms of self-protection at that point is going to be literally being a bitch and running away. To be honest with you guys, it's not worth it. A lot of times people have a hard time dropping the ego, especially when they are carrying at that point. But in the eyes of the court and majority of the judges, you will be ruled as criminal if you shoot a guy just because they're assaulting you with their hands and they're bigger than you. Like, it's almost a for sure method of putting yourself behind bars. You have to match the level of violence that they're coming at you with or avoid it completely. That's your goal as a concealed carry person. So, it sucks, but it is what it is. I'm gonna move on to like the middle back, and hopefully I find a good angle for you guys. Okay, I don't have my tripod, but this is what works for me. Obviously, find the exercises that work with your body the best. I'm not saying what I do is exactly what you should do. I'm saying find what exercises work for you the best. So like I said, we'll switch grips because the first 2 sets on this machine I had a wider grip and I was holding super low. Then I hit like my middle back a lot. I'll switch the grip to go super high up at almost like a low. I'll hit this for just 1 set, super high reps until complete failure. We're gonna see how we look. He knows what I do it. It's not like I said, I'm a short guy. I sit with a slight lean into the chair. So I'm not flat against it. I lean out. And then instead of holding these, I feel better engagement when I just wrap my hands really around like this. So man, enjoy the fair?
Yeah, it was good. I was there fucking forever, bro.
So, my phone died for the rest of my workout, so I wasn't able to get the rest of it. So I just had to charge real quick because I can't leave you guys without pump check. So we're outside, gym session's over. I had a little bit of arms, is pretty much where I ended the session. So whatever you guys saw, I just did a little bit of arms. So we're gonna see how we're looking. I got people like looking at me and shit. Alright, so that concludes the workout vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. I hope I learned something. Because like I said, I'm new to this whole like filming stuff. So it might not even sound that good realistically. And I kind of have to go off of like stuff that kind of just pops in my head. So if you guys want to leave some topics down in the comments for me to talk about in the next vlog, that would greatly help me kind of plan out how I'm going to structure like my topics of discussion. So anything like fitness related or, you know, self-protection related, home defense, you know, like just anything, guys, just so I can kind of be a little bit more structured, a little bit more prepared, to make it a little bit more entertaining. And for those of you guys saying like, Jason, why are you driving home without a shirt on? I don't know. In Vietnam, just on a day-to-day basis in Vietnam, you'll see motherfuckers like walking around no shirt on. It's just like a very common thing. I didn't grow up in like the best part of town, so even growing up here in the States, everybody hung out without their shirts on when it was hot. I'm hot. It's like 86 degrees today. I'm sweaty. I just had a workout, so I'm in the comfort of my own car. I don't think it's bothering anyone. I got the AC blowing right onto my nipples, so it's great. I don't mind it at all. But I can't wait to fucking crush some post-gym food. That's always the highlight of my workout, I think. It's the pump and like the food I get to enjoy after. I'm not like super strict on my meals by any means. Like I lift solely to look like I'm in shape and so I can eat really good food because I love really shitty food. Yeah, so because when I was growing up, guys, you know, everything around us was cheap because it was fast food. So my favorite food has gotta be Popeyes, hands down. Like cheat meal days, I always get Popeyes because the way I have it structured right now is Monday through Friday when I'm working throughout the week I will eat relatively clean. And by relatively clean, I mean I'll cook more, or if I have to eat out, I'll pick like healthier options like Chipotle, no sour cream, um, Panda Express, chicken teriyaki, no sauce, stuff like that. So that's like what I try to do throughout the week to kind of like be clean as possible, plus the meal prepping I do throughout the week. But on the weekends, that's like the days I give myself to just like absolutely splurge. I'm talking like Korean barbecue and like hot pot and like ramen or Italian food, seafood, just like whatever the fuck I want is like what I keep the weekends for. So I look forward to that, and I feel like I earned it is as long as I kept my routine throughout the Monday through Friday routine that I have. So that's kind of what helps me stay on track. I think cheat meals are super important. If you're not like a die-hard like bodybuilder, which I am not, then there's nothing wrong with incorporating like 2, maybe even 3-day cheat meals. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if your goal is not to step on stage, you don't have to eat as clean as the bodybuilders do. And realistically speaking, if you want to do it for your own personal health, absolutely. But if your goal is to like build some muscle and you're kind of running low on cash all the time, you can't afford the finer foods in life, like Whole Foods and like organic shit, then there's nothing wrong with like having a cheat day where you crush a Wendy's triple baconator with a side of fries and a Diet Coke. I don't see anything wrong with that, because that's what I do, and I can still perform pretty well on a number of avenues. Now, granted, if you do it every single day, is that good for you? No, absolutely not. That's why you should only keep it to 2 to 3, I would say 3 tops, days a week where you have these cheat meals. The rest of your week, you should make an attempt to eat a little bit cleaner. So, and I feel like if you're having a hard time with that, like just the whole getting on the eating clean phase, it's not a rocket science thing. You just have to start small. So if 7 days out of the week you're eating like complete garbage, make it 6 days out of the week. Pick one day out of the week and make that one day like a day where you learn a recipe that's healthier. You explore a healthier food option to see if you like it. And eventually you'll probably learn what you'll like, and you'll build that habit of making it every single day, every single week, that one day that you eat clean. And so at the very least, you'll start off with 1 out of 7 days eating clean. And in my opinion, that's a W, because that's one day that you didn't do before, and you have to have the small victories before you reach the big goal, right? Because the big goal is 100%. A big goal is when you reach 100% of something. In order to get that 100%, it takes 1% at a time. So start small. It doesn't have to be one big jump, because most people cannot adapt to that kind of lifestyle change, and that's understandable. So start with something small. If you can't even do one day of clean eating, try like one meal every week. Like any progress is better than no progress. So you're better off trying one small thing than never trying at all, in my opinion. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the first gym vlog. I'm kind of just rambling because this is kind of what I do. I ramble a lot. I hope it's entertaining enough for you guys. But like I said, if you guys have any questions or any topics of discussion you want me to go over, or my opinion on anything, feel free to drop it in the comments. I'd be more than happy to answer stuff. Like I said, it'll help me structure the next gym vlog so it can be a little bit more engaging and entertaining and suited to what you guys think. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for me. I hope you guys stay tuned for the next one. Follow me on all my socials. I'll link them somewhere. Yeah, I'll link them somewhere. But stay tuned, guys. I'll try to be a little bit more consistent with posting content. But in the meantime, stay safe and get after it.